when Kune and I officially parted ways, we had to make it obvious so he can move on and so I can move on, because I couldn't move on. They were like, but your boyfriend. I'm like, so we were just like, okay, let's just make it obvious. But yeah, so that's how we parted ways. It was, we discussed it and we did it very
amicably.
Yeah, I've always been in love with him.
That's a tattoo of the ring.
I tattooed on my ring because I got to a point of saying, Sbahle, you might never find a person who would love you with your moon boots, or you might not find the happiness you are looking for. So I said, and I've always wanted to get married.
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo. Okay, and welcome to another growth conversation. I'm intentional about saying it's growth conversations because here we take the people whom perhaps you've heard about, you've followed for years, who've built something formidable for themselves, but maybe the media has concocted stories about them. Maybe the media has distorted who they truly are. And here, because we get to have a heartfelt, vulnerable conversation, they get to explain for themselves who they truly are and take you in some of the things that they are willing to share about their lives and give you the opportunity to understand them better. Today is no different. I have this very, very beautiful lady that I'm with today. Sbahle Mpisane, I've known about you, I'd say, almost a decade now, because that's perhaps how long you've been in the industry, where you started with fitness. We knew Sbahle
11 years, actually.
11! And we knew this very beautiful woman, who would train people and inspire them to live a healthy life. But before we get there in the journey, Sbahle Mpisane, how's your heart today?
If anything about me, I'm like excited to speak about you, because this is where I'm reintroducing myself.
Sure.
But at the same time, I'm a very shy girl, and anyone who knows me knows I'm very shy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to be here and to just open up.
Sure. Would you say you have been in a good space because you've been a bit isolated and not trying to be in the public eye per se? Has that isolation come from being in a good place, or you were dealing with things?
To be honest, I'll say since my accidents until today, I wouldn't say today, I'll be lying, I'll say until last month, I just haven't been in a good space.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you're in the public eye, you always have to smile, be pretty, be social, and everything. And it's really exhausting. Like, I think I've cried the most. We should have a crying competition.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy this year that, everything I've been focusing on has came together actually with my recovery, which is beautiful. And all I've been dealing with this whole year was my business, and I won't lie, I gained a lot of weight because it was very depressing. You're doing one thing and it's also a loss of money, and you also, the people you're believing in, you just get to realize that, those people are not for you. And I've been changing. But yeah, since last month, I would say I've been a happy girl.
In a better space, ne?
Yes. I just don't have time to obviously reveal that because I'm so busy. But yeah, I've been in a good space since last month.
I think I don't want us to just shy away from your business because it's an important aspect of you reintroducing yourself. What is the business and what have you been trying to build over the last few months?
So with what I'm jumping to right now, it's a high fashion women's wear.
Okay.
And it won't end there, obviously. I'll continue, but it's something I've wanted to. Actually, I was meant to start it before my accident. That's why that was my last year in South Africa, because I was going to move out and, I was going to be closer to where everything was going to be happening in that country. And with my accidents happening, it's been on hold since, but I'm happy that I never gave up on the dream.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Sbahle, you've got this, you've got
Yeah,
this, you've
yeah,
got this. You know,
yeah.
I prayed about it, cried about it,
Yeah.
and today, look at me.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, in 2018, I got a degree before my accident, but I already had this plan. I think I got the degree from my parents. You know, I had a construction degree. It was
Yeah.
from my parents. I wasn't planning to work. But, and also with buying the car that was, you know, under my ex, the car I bought.
Sure.
It was under my ex because, and it was blue because I was like, oh, I'm leaving anyway. So you can be an addition to your
Collection.
collection.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, everything was so well planned out in 2018. Like I was so happy, and the accident just literally waking up from that coma, I was honestly a newborn.
Sure.
You know, with amnesia, with all the recovery, because I broke like almost all my bones.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had to teach me how to speak again, how to write again, how to even know my own ID number. It was drainage, but looking back at it, I'm like, I'm very proud of myself actually.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've overcame everything and more is on the way.
You said you cried a lot after the accident
Yeah.
for a number of years where you've been trying to just recover, understand who you are. What do you think you were crying for? Were you mourning a life? Perhaps it was a grief of a life I should have been living. I think that's what you were crying for. Am I correct in understanding it in that way?
It wasn't that. I feel like, yeah, actually, I would say that because I was just rebirthed. So the person I was now wasn't the person I knew. I had to work around everything, see how it operates, and everything didn't seem possible. You know, that's why I was just like, if it was up to me, I'd pray to not see tomorrow.
Sure.
But, it was a lot, but you know, we get those things where you are crying. It's mostly because of support. I feel like I haven't had support, and that's just, you know, something behind the door people don't know about, but I didn't have the support I needed, and I had to do everything myself. And I think I was blessed to manage to actually put everything together, you know, and be in full communication with my doctors because they just saw that this girl is going to lose it. And I was happy they gave me the support. I actually got support from outsiders. Let me say that.
How do you feel alone when you come from such a big family? We are assuming by what we see that your family is big. So surely you can call anyone at any time and they will respond with love and care. I hear you saying you've been alone.
It's a big family, very big. And, you know, I've lived with my family since I was a child, actually. But I think as time goes by, and also with any family members, you know, like people kind of, you know,
Drift away.
type of thing. And
They get busy as well?
Everyone is just focusing. It's like with anyone, actually, any family right now, everyone is minding their own.
Sure.
You know, so like bringing my problem and trying to make people focus on me becomes hard. And also, I think there becomes that whole, what's heavy is that I'm a stepdaughter. I've always been a stepdaughter. So you just have to
navigate that.
You know, I can't be, and people are comparing me to my brother. That's my mom's.
Are you serious?
They're like, yeah, that's my, you know, with comments. I always delete comments. But my brother is my mom's biological son.
Yeah.
I'm her stepdaughter, and she's divorced with my dad.
Yeah, yeah.
So the relationship is alive, but it won't really be the same as it was before the divorce.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But she's been very supportive, been such a good woman. I mean, I even tattooed her initials here.
Yeah.
I love her. But yeah, the relationship, you know, is, I don't know, you just don't get the support and get the love that you believe you need. But aside from that, everyone, it's not just me. Every family is going through their own thing.
Dynamics.
It's so sad, like how families, I always hear about so many families, and I'm like, if I'm crying over what I'm crying about, girl.
Ingani lo. Yeah. Would you say then perhaps it was an unfortunate timing that the accident happened in the middle of your parents' divorce? Because perhaps your mom was also going through her divorce struggles. Hence, she couldn't be there for you in the manner that you would like her to be.
Which is very true, and also her being in the public eye and everything. But I don't believe that's the focus. It's all about, I'm a grown woman. My accident happened when I'm 25. And when you're 25, you shouldn't be crying towards your parents. Everything is in your own hands.
Yeah.
And at first, I was just hating life every day. But I got to say, Sbahle, you could inspire so many people. So just show people that from that fall, you can actually go all the way up.
Between 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
When the accident happened.
Yeah.
When do you think you started seeing some light again at the end of the tunnel? How long did it take you to start seeing some light?
I wasn't a Christian, to be honest. Everyone was praying in hospital. It was like a headache.
It was like,
but then I decided in 2019, exactly a year later, to start Bible studies and to give in. And my mom's sister, actually, my auntie, she's the one who was helping me every week. And I learned so much about God and religion. And I was like, this is funny because I went to a Christian school, but I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
But also my amnesia played a huge role, obviously.
Correct.
So everything was so different to me. Like I had to relearn everything. Even during COVID, I was studying a lot because either way, we're sitting at home. But I was studying a lot online, testing. Do I still have a brain? And yeah, I've had to learn a lot, especially while I was still on my wheelchair, because most of the time I always had to be in bed. If I'm not at gym, I was in bed or the club. And all I did every day was just learn how to better my situation, how to better myself. And luckily, we have so many individuals on Instagram who share their journey. And I got to see that I'm crying over something so small, and the individuals who are inspiring me are going through. I'm like, if that was me, and I was lucky that I could have communication with the individuals, and I did meet a few actually, and it was beautiful because it's like whatever I do, I always go back to them to give them an update, even tell them that my recovery now, everything's officially in order. It will never be officially in order because it's a permanent injury, but I'm happy that my body is fully aligned. People didn't know my body was not aligned. I just look pretty. Being a pretty girl.
Pretty privileged.
But, my body wasn't aligned.
Yeah.
I couldn't do everything as easily. Even now, as much as I'm happy with where I am, but I still need to better my body. So I'm doing 10 kilometers now, which is...
Running.
No, I can't run. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I used to love sprinting, actually. But I walk. And walking, surprisingly, it burns a lot of fat for anyone who wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
And the muscle definition, because I did it last year. And this year, obviously, because of business, I wasn't doing it as much. But I'm back now. But when I did it last year, my legs were so defined. I lost a lot of weight, actually. I was 76 kgs last year, December.
Yeah.
Today, I am, last month I was 90. Now I woke up today, I'm 85.5.
Hot girl, through and through, throughout all the seasons.
And I plan to be 70 kgs. I just like being a petite girl.
Yeah.
So everyone says they love my thick body, but it's tight. It's too tight.
Would you say part of what caused you pain, especially when you still had so many scars that were visible and there was misalignment, was that you look in the mirror and you'd be like, oh my gosh, who is this?
Yeah, the scars. The scars were everywhere. Actually, surprisingly, my face had a lot of scars. You know, when I was in hospital, my nose being open, my lips were open, my eyes were basically, you know, hanging out, everything. I couldn't eat. They had to put a tube through my ear to make me eat, to take it down to my tummy. That's how tragic it was. But you know what they say? They say, well, you taking good care of yourself, like what you eat is very important, because surprisingly, I don't have a scar remaining on my face.
Sure.
And I didn't do anything.
Sure.
But with the other scars I have on my body, I think they were very big. You know, like my arm, it was very shattered open. I'm surprised they managed to actually put the bones together.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
sometimes when I'm lifting, I can still feel a slight shift.
Yeah.
But every time I looked in the mirror, I had scars everywhere, and it would be awkward, especially as a woman. Imagine you see me all pretty, maybe all dressed, and then I get undressed in front of you. Like, I just couldn't. I couldn't. So I was like, so I can continue and live my life freely. Let me just cover, you know, get tattoos. I hated tattoos, actually. I used to judge people with tattoos, but look at me today. I'm a garden. Water this garden.
Yeah.
But yeah, that gave me so much confidence because my scars are not in your face. And also with people, anyone, let's say I'm at a restaurant eating, someone would be like, oh my God, what happened? And they're asking out of care and concern, but they're taking me back.
It's triggering.
And I won't have a nice reply.
Yeah.
I'll be like, fucking mind your own problems.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't say that, but in my mind.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll tell me how far I can push. You know, there is an element of when we are going through a tough time, especially for you, the accident caused you to have an amnesia. It also caused you to not feel like a beautiful woman anymore. At the time, you were in a very public relationship. Generally, how did it affect your ability to either remain in a relationship or get into a romantic relationship again, that season of your life?
You know, one thing, I'm happy actually you're asking me that, because when you're in the public eye, and when Kune and I officially parted ways, we had to make it obvious so he can move on and so I can move on, because like, I couldn't move on. They were like, but your boyfriend. I'm like, so we were just like, okay, let's just make it obvious. But how I said it, so we don't have to explain to people, I said, I have amnesia. I don't remember him. But while I was in hospital, I was in communication with Kune, you know, and he was always a supportive person. And it's not a person I'll say I hate. If I had to see him, I'll say hi. You know, with him and his wife, he's got a beautiful wife.
Sure.
And like, you just never know what to say publicly, you know, because I'm like, the only thing, instead of me explaining myself, and I'm going through so much to be talking about him, you know, or my relationship.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have amnesia. I don't remember him. And they make a joke of that.
Yes, till today. Yes.
She remembers everything, but one course. You know, I did not forget him. He was in full communication, did come to hospital to visit and everything. But when I was updated about my recovery, and look at how long it took, I was in a wheelchair for how long and everything, I just felt that, let me be fair. And Kune and I spoke. And I told him that, you know, it's only...
I need to focus on my recovery.
It's only fair. And besides that, I'm not in a state to even be saying I love you or whatsoever.
And be a girlfriend. I
just couldn't. Like, my heart was too cold. You know? I couldn't. And
you were angry at the world.
I was so angry. You know, when you're so angry at survival.
Sure. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how we parted ways. It was, we discussed it and we did it very
amicably.
You know.
Do you sometimes ask God, Ruguti, why did I have to lose that too, God? Because even that was a good relationship that was filling my cup.
No, that was never my focus.
Okay.
I'm happy it ended well.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a thing where we are fighting publicly and there's a bad trend of, oh, he cheated or I cheated, blah, blah, blah. No, it ended very peacefully, and I've only bumped into him once. It was in a club and we just said hi. But also with us saying hi, we couldn't hug because someone would take a picture
and make it
and
seem
make
like
it seem like
yeah,
we're together, you know. So being in the public eye is very hard. So all I did, I saw him and I said hi, and he's also saying hi, and I couldn't even go close because I'm like, people in pictures.
You don't like fame. That's
I
what I'm
don't like
picking up.
it. I think because people, I didn't chase fame. I didn't want to be famous.
Yes.
I got known for having a good body. And I wasn't a trainer. People think I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
Not a trainer.
You were just a fitness girl.
I just love training.
Yeah.
And Instagram came on board. So I was posting myself training, eating well. And actually at the time I happened to be dating someone who was training a lot, and with him and his muscles, it was inspiring. I was like, oh my God, me too. I want. And he was training me, and look at me where I am today. So with that guy also, I still know him. While I was in hospital, he did come to check up. So it's like those people, you know, so he was my first boyfriend actually. Okay. And we don't have a relationship. We're not friends. We're not communicating. But yeah, he's also one of those who did check up on me.
Because he's caring.
Yeah, as a kid, and nothing more. And yeah, I don't know where he is in life, but I'm certain he's alive.
Moving on, when you are now seeing the light, has it been easier to go back to finding romantic love?
I did. I was in love actually in 2020. Not in 2020, it was in 2021. But also, he's a very private guy. Quiet, and it would have been unfair because either way, it's just being in the public eye makes it hard for you to be in a relationship because you can't even hold hands. You actually just want to be indoors the whole time, but it gets boring.
Correct.
So we don't want to train. So it was just, it's like
weird to navigate.
It's never been comfortable. And it got me, actually, here I've got a tattoo. That's after we broke up because the guy was really not comfortable with this. But, yeah, I did love him, you know, and I only got over him last month. But, yeah, I've always been in love with him.
That's a tattoo of a ring.
I tattooed on my ring because I got to a point of saying, Sbahle, you might never find a person who would love you with your moon boots, or you might not find the happiness you are looking for. So I said, and I've always wanted to get married. So I said, you know what, since you can buy everything. So I just did this tattoo. But now, also why I wear this ring. So this is my Cartier ring. And I wanted something to obviously accompany it. So I'm not married, but I'm married to myself. And this tattoo actually, because can you tell?
Is it your initials?
No. It says God is with me through my ups and downs.
Oh.
Can you see?
Yeah, yes.
So my ups is if I get married, downs if I don't get married. But whatever it is, I'm fine.
You still got Cartier.
I'm good. I got my Cartier. I got my diamonds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is why I have this. And, you know, people are always looking at it and they're always confused. And either way, let's say if I do get married, I wouldn't want it to be a public marriage because, you know, being in the public eye, you expect to have a public marriage.
Sure.
I'm from your home affairs.
And just be happy.
I ain't wasting no money. I'll only buy you guys alcohol. And then we have an after party. Probably at home. But yeah, I'm such a relaxed girl. I don't want much. I never need much. I always like those small, simple things where you are just enjoying life.
I think you're putting unfair pressure on yourself by saying that should somebody not marry me because I have a moon boot? Do you realize that?
But that's the thing, because with the moon boots, and luckily with me, because people are also confused with my moon boots and they say, oh, girl, because I can dance, I can do everything, I can even kick you.
Yeah.
But people are always like, why does she have a moon boot? And I always say it's a permanent injury and I need my moon boot for the support. So when I'm at home, I walk without it. I sleep without it. If I'm being sexually active, without it, and everything. But like the last guy, actually, I was publicly seen with just recently. Luckily, we didn't trend. But like I'll be comfortable, but sometimes you see a shift in the person and you just don't know, like, is it a shift because we are seen as being seen with this girl with the moon boots? Or so there's so much that goes on in my head, but I've always put it that on myself, that I will never find someone who has comfort to just walk with me, like comfortably, loudly, and be known to be my boyfriend because I've got a moon boot. You know how people are today. Like, I'm a pretty girl and everything, but yeah, this moon boot is here.
I think, personal opinion, you being harsh on yourself. You're a very beautiful woman. You're an intelligent woman who any guy will be lucky to be with. And any guy who's worthy of being a husband doesn't look at superficial things like that. Do you get what I mean?
Well, I don't think we have those guys anymore.
Sure, come on. You think they don't exist?
With everyone who's married, it doesn't look like they exist. So, yeah, but with the last one, I actually saw...
You had hope. Yeah.
And, yeah, but...
Why are you saying with everyone who's married, it doesn't look like it?
No, because all marriages are just falling in the way they're falling, besides them calling us.
The men are shattering you guys.
Yes, but with me being a lady and with me getting attention, because I feel like we get more attention from
married men. Sure.
I don't know if I want a husband. I don't think I want a husband.
I get that, because you're like, I can see what married men are doing, so why would I want to go that route?
I'd rather wake up lesbian. I'll have a wife.
Sure.
But also, we never know. Let me not speak negativity into it, because there are lucky girls out there.
Absolutely.
Who are in
good marriages.
Good marriages.
Yeah.
And I look at them, I'm like, oh, if I could wake up as you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I might be lucky. We'll never know.
You might be the lucky girl.
Yeah, but I'm not in search. Okay. I'm not looking for it.
Okay.
I think what I'm focusing on right now is my business. And I actually wanted a child once upon a time. And yeah, I just got to see that.
Even that too? No?
My mom abandoned me when I was 3 years old. So my mom, Sean, actually had to be a mother because she was still my dad's boyfriend by then. And it's weird to say, but I'm always like, I have fear that what if I have a child with someone, and usually guys walk away, I feel like I'll be the one who walks away.
From your child?
No, but the thing is, you know how they say, I think because I'm that person, they're like, you take so much from your parents. And I'm like, what if? Because we never know. I'm like, what if? Because why would she leave me? She did, but she came back years later. And I'm like, we'll never know. Trauma, those kind of things can make you do contribute. So I just don't want to find myself in that situation where either you walk away and you leave me with your child, or I walk away and I leave you with my child. So I'm just like, I just feel like, let me just focus on myself. Let me get a dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so we never know. Like those kind of things, it's hard to say. Like it's so hard to say.
Would you say though, having that difficult relationship with your biological mother
I have a relationship with her, but she's alive, yeah.
Sure.
She's...
By choice?
By choice, yeah. Because I tried to give her
a chance.
I gave her years, but within those years, I got to sit down and say, actually, I'm abandoning you. Because, no. Like, some people will actually, but also, it's like, it's just weird, especially with my recovery. I never got a call from my mom saying, "Hey, how you doing?" That's actually when things between us had
completely
to end.
broke down.
It
Yeah.
was in 2020 while I was still in my wheelchair. Because throughout, while I was in hospital, even girl will come to hospital to visit me, and now I must try to tell my friends or tell Kuni or anyone to like give her money because she would come to us for money. And same as fine, I'm out of hospital now, and she was always calling me asking for money, and I had money anyway. I'll just give it to her. I mean, it's not like she's asking for much. But what pissed me off is that you've never called to check up on me. You know how I say to you, I never got support.
Sure.
Because I never used to get people who call me.
Just to say,
like your mother, at least call me and then like just be a person who calls me and ask me about me without you asking for anything.
Yeah.
That goes for your grannies, your aunties, everyone, because everyone only calls and checks up on you, how you doing, and I'll be obviously crying, saying, and then now the call is about to end. Caesar. I'd rather tip someone. So I've been through that a lot, and I just said, let me remove myself.
I get that, when it's a difficult topic.
It's so hard because I was like, and you guys know, during the time when I was on my wheelchair, I was attempting suicide, everything. Like, I was going through so much, and those were also the biggest contributions to why I was doing that, because I didn't want to be around these people anymore. I didn't want to have any association. Like, I didn't even want a funeral because I don't want them to attend my funeral. Like, that's how bad it was. And even speaking about it now, it still sits so deeply, because I'm like, why don't they have a heart? But also, outsiders don't understand that. They'll be like, why don't you speak to your ma? Or why would you hate and whatsoever? But people never know the story behind the closed doors. A lot happens. Same as how probably you have your own stories.
Yeah.
The next person, like, I hear so many stories and I am so shocked, like very shocked, because I say we think we have big problems, but everyone has a big problem.
Everybody's
not
carrying.
The only one. Everyone is crying and
Yeah.
whatnot. And for me, actually, my family has always been the outsiders. They listen, they help so much. It's like those small little things. And I think that's what I've always been chasing. I've always been chasing love.
We don't talk enough, when Sbahle, about toxic mothers. We speak about deadbeats, men, all the time. And it seems like mothers who don't know how to mother get a free pass in society. And in fact, you as the child have to carry the guilt of saying, when people ask you, why didn't you abandon your mother? Excuse me, she's toxic. I can't live with a person like this. And because it's expected that mothers are perfect, apparently mothers can't make mistakes. You are given the burden of carrying a mother who was obviously trying to leech on you. She wasn't caring about you.
She did not care. And it wasn't fair. Like, as much as, like, from the time I was in hospital in 2018 until end of COVID, I was taking good care of her because she's a mother and I'm being a daughter.
Correct.
I was playing my role.
Correct.
But I said, this is not fair. So I just moved myself back. Because, that's her. And she's got her family. And either way, with her abandoning me, I didn't know her family.
Yeah.
So let's say I passed away in 2018. How was her family gonna who is my family, going to attend my funeral?
Yeah.
So it's just weird, but that is life. I always tell people that just find happiness where you find happiness.
Even if
so
it's
that's why
outsiders.
Even people used to always be, especially my family, was so concerned, saying, how am I at the club? There's a point where I was at the club Monday to Sunday. From the time I was on my wheelchair, even afterwards, last year, type of thing. This year, I actually decided to stop drinking and being social. But I used to go out because that's the only alcohol used to blind me from reality.
Sure.
And it's so nice when you're all drunk and partying and dancing and it ends there. But people think doing that every day, it always ends in someone's bed. I'm like, it's not that deep.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so that's always been fun for me. And, obviously me being with my best friend, people think we're not best friends now because I'm not partying and they don't see us, but I still see her obviously privately at her house. Bob's and my friend Bobby, I was always, since I moved to Joburg, it's what, 4 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two mains I've always been social with, and they've always just knew my story, my private story. So what's not known, they know everything about me. They probably know my password. But yeah, I'm just happy that's what I'm saying. Your family can be outsiders.
Sure. Friends can become family.
Yes, like I call them when I'm happy, when I'm sad, whenever, and they'll give me their time. They'll even give me advice because sometimes what you need is direction, someone to give you direction.
Why did you quit the lifestyle of alcohol and clubbing? Because you seem, it looks like you were intentional about it.
No, yes, no, it made me so happy. Like, wow, like so happy. But how am I going to focus on my future when I'm busy? Because I was training every day. I'll get home probably at 4 a.m., sleep at 9 a.m. I'm at gym. I was such a focused girl, actually. Alcohol made me focus. No again.
Yeah, yeah.
But you just get so distracted, I think, because you're focusing so much on, what are you doing tonight, instead of resting. Because to plan, like, now I literally sit there at home and I'm busy planning. By 8 o'clock, there's also, I changed my sleeping time. Instead of sleeping at 4, I sleep at 8, latest 9. And I'm up very early, which is good, So I'm just trying to change myself. I can't say I want to be different and still be doing the same thing.
Sure.
So it was the big thing I had to actually drop, was alcohol, and going out. Because me going out when I'm sober, I'm so boring. I'm just like, I'm very boring. But I'm happy actually that I've managed.
Would you say it's helping you now face your problems more head on because you're not masking it with alcohol?
Yes.
Yeah, ne?
So it's I'm doing that, and I've cried a lot this year because business, wow. But now, if the business was a headache and I had my tequila, I was not gonna cry. I was just like, oh, what a waste, and I'll just go comfort myself by being at Cocoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had to deal, and when I stress, I also gain weight, but I wanted to gain weight for my recovery. But obviously the stress was just very helpful in gaining weight. My body wasn't gaining weight anymore. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, so I'm happy I left alcohol actually. Sometimes you just need to say goodbye. And also the friends you make, because as I said,
alcohol friends, ne?
No, but that's the thing, you wouldn't call them alcohol friends, because they try to be friends, but if we meet in the social scene, like we're clubbing, we're drunk, like let it end there.
Sure.
Like I'll meet you there again, but like for us to now have a relationship outside of the club is just awkward. So, and besides, I'm just a private person, so I like to have how many friends do I have? Three friends.
Really?
Yes.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Because it can't be everyone who knows your business.
But that's the thing, I know so those 3, they know my business, everything. But with everyone else, you
just get along.
We get along.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anyone to ever have something to say or know anything about me.
Correct. There are young girls, Sbahle, who, whether you like it or not, because you are famous, that look up to you and take what you do and apply it to their own lives. Do you think this version of Sbahle, who's intentional about business, who doesn't go out, who stopped drinking, is the type of woman you want young girls to look up to?
definitely, it's actually going to be the new trend. I've noticed so many, and funny parts, I'm actually friends with those, not friends, we associated, but these young guys, they're so young. And I'm thinking, at first I used to look at them and be like, dude, why are you wasting time? Like,
yeah.
you know, you can't be 25 and you're out here working, always so focused. But now I've seen so many young people, never mind just boys and girls, doing that. And I'm like, this is actually going to be the new thing now. You know, not the way it's a thing of clubbing, you know, because clubbing is actually, it's kind of dying out. You know, I've been clubbing since I was 19. I'm 22 now.
Yeah.
And yeah, compared to how it's always been, it started off okay. It went through a peak and now it's just,
you know,
but yeah, people should, you know, be inspired, especially as a woman who lost everything and had to rebuild herself. You know, I'm basically as good as a newborn, I always say. Like, when I finally, whatever I release, when they're seeing it, you know, it could be as small as it is, but that's where you start.
Yeah.
That's where we start.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy with how everything is moving. And, you know, like, I had to sell my car to
really.
I had to sell my car. Luckily, you know, it gave me a lot of money, and with that money, I had no car actually this year for 3 years. You see how stressed life has just been too stressful. I had no car for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. But in July, I bought a car because I sold my car in April.
Was it still the X6?
The BMW X6.
Yeah.
That was my dream car. I love it. Whenever I'm driving and I see it, I'm like, you know, but I'm happy I sold it because I needed capital.
Sure.
You know, people are always saying Sbahle is living off ref money or her family's money, but that's not the case. You know, people just like making up stories and from what they're seeing, putting ABC. Like with me, actually, you never know what's happening with me. But I had to sell my car and to get capital. And it was very annoying because I kept making so many mistakes. So I've lost, I don't know if I've lost or wasted, feels like a big waste, of hundreds of thousands. And I'm
of you trying the business.
Of trying, because that's the thing. Hey, nothing just, I thought I knew it because I studied everything and I was like, actually, when you step in the outside world and you try to put everything together, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I also want good quality of this, you know. It was very hard because even when I was in Bali, I was at Bali, people were very confused. I went to Bali in December, I came back 1st of Feb. I was there for 5 weeks, basically. And obviously, people kept seeing my social life, thinking I'm there for fun. Me, I'm a multitasker, thinking I'm there for fun, but I was there for business. And I even had an anxiety attack at Bali. Imagine, go to hospital. It was bad, but that was business. And I got to see that what I'm trying to do here won't work here. And I came back in Feb. And in Feb, I was so stressed. I was like, let me book my next trip and see where I can go. So I went somewhere else. I was by the ocean and I was just praying, like trying, because obviously there was a big loss in Jan. And I was like, fudge, there needs to be a way. And then actually, I started speaking to AI. And they gave me a good direction as well. And then now, with everything they gave me, I was told to get a team. So now I'm like, fudge, I need to get a team. But where do you get a team? I don't know where you get a team. So I got my first team and they did help, you know. But also I think they've never worked like in the fashion field.
So they weren't too
equipped, but that also gave me a headache now because I'm like, shucks, you know, and I was happy with how we started. Everything was, you know,
looking good,
but, and then I said one day, I was like, actually, this is not going where it should be going. So we had to put a hold. And then I got another team. So also, you know, this thing of getting teams,
trial and
I
error.
need to pay them.
It costs,
Never mind what I'm busy doing here, but I need to pay people their salary.
Correct.
What the hell?
I
don't like this. I'm used to being getting paid, you know. That's how I've always survived as an influencer. But yeah, it's been very good, and I've got a team now, and everything is going unexpectedly well and very quickly, very surprisingly.
Yeah.
And I'm still in communication with my previous team. And yeah, we just want to see how all this is going to go. But you know now, I told you because I bought the car. So now with me buying the car, I'm buying now, it's a hybrid. It's such a nice car.
Yeah.
But that lowered my
savings capital. Yeah.
Because now I'm like, shucks, I might have to sell this car as well.
But all of us.
But I don't want to do that. So I don't want to be careless again. Because, I was actually I posted, I was trying to get a motorbike, and I'm happy I didn't, because, I would not be alive today.
Another accident.
That one, I wasn't going to survive.
Yeah.
But, I might be, awkward position to sell this car, which I just got now in July. But hopefully I'll manage to
navigate it.
See where the money can come from, But yeah, I just believe that there is a way forward, and I'm happy that the dream I had 8 years ago is something I literally never gave up on. And that's what people like giving up, especially with me, getting to know God. And I wrote down a list I was like, okay, Nkulunkulu, one, literally a long list, my A4 page, and I've ticked everything I had there. And the only thing remaining, it's my business. Well, it's meant to be marriage next. But yeah, those are the only two things missing, just business and marriage.
Don't give up on God. He will.
No, because that's the thing. Because people, I think no one, as my recovery as well, the fact that I would also be so depressed. No one would believe a recovery will take a whole 8 years.
Yeah.
People, we like to give up. We pray about something and we think
God is
not. Yeah, Ganti. With me, actually, I was so happy with my aunt when she told me that you can pray about something, just wait, be very patient. And actually, that's one thing I learned about myself with me being in this situation, is that I'm very patient.
I'm
actually very patient, which I didn't know, but I'm so patient. I know how to wait.
Would you say, we're nearing the end of our conversation, would you say your faith has been the biggest contributor to the Sbahle that I'm sitting across to today?
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much. But I've made a lot of mistakes, like people, it's like how I used to be clubbing, doing this, like so many people will be seeing, and I've had actually interactions with people where they say, no, you're a person who's clubbing a lot, you like showing your body. I'm known for my body. It's always going to be there. You like showing your body, this. So people don't know what to believe about me. Is she a person, that we can say we want to look up to? Or she's a trapper, because I'm known as a trapper because I'm a pretty girl who's always training and my nyash is always out and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, guys, I'm just living life fully. If I die tomorrow, I would literally rest in peace. If I died then, I was going to rest in peace as well. So I've always been a person who lives lives fully. I'm with the people who are for me, and whoever's not for me, just know that it doesn't touch me.
Last but not least, Sbahle Mpisane, what's that one thing in life you know for sure and you're absolutely certain of?
I would say I will make it.
Yeah?
I will definitely make it.
Yeah. All your dreams will come true.
Literally. You know how I said with that list I made, only 2 are not ticked?
Yeah.
I will have it.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised, I might actually have a husband.
Within man.
I just like putting spices, but hey.
Yeah.
I always say, especially as a German, I say I get what I want.
Yeah.
And I will get what I want.
Sbahle Mpisane, it's been a privilege. Thank you so much for opening up to us. I didn't know you at this level. And I know that our audience, our community of Engineer Your Life will get to appreciate this version of Sbahle. Because as you're saying, what we see on Instagram, what people gossip about on gossip pages, isn't who you are.
Very true.
Ne? The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo KM. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and be kind as you share this conversation with Sbahle Mpisane, the rebirth version. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.